the Science Report with Derek Topper.
Hey, Derek, yeah.
Yeah. And I would like Derek to interview one of the Seaman Challenge finalists from Jericho High School on February 15th. What's his name, Gregory?
Bill Cragnola.
Bill Cragnola. So you have a special guest on February 15th. So Derek, what you got cooking this week?
Thanks, Howie. So this week I'm going to talk about global warming. Obviously, it's cold outside, so we're not really thinking about the planet warming, but still, it's an important topic that we should probably talk about. So global warming is obviously the increase in the Earth's air and ocean temperatures, and has been a pressing issue for the past few dozens of years. So obviously, in global warming, greenhouse gases, which are atmospheric gases that keep our planet warm, are enhanced by human activity, and this is kind of a problem because as we do things like burn fossil fuels and deforestation, we get more greenhouse gases. So some of the causes of this are when greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane and chlorofluorocarbons and nitrous oxide are released into the atmosphere by human activity. Some of this human activity includes the burning of oil and coal and gas like we do to heat our homes. And this has a significant effect on the warming of our atmosphere. In addition, the heavy usage of power plants and cars and planes and all the buildings and man-made things we have going on are pretty important to contributing to global warming. One of the other causes of global warming is deforestation. And as the forest land is destroyed, some of the carbon dioxide that could have been absorbed by the trees is no longer able to because of the trees being cut down. And this has a major effect on our environment. For example, obviously we see the sea level rise, which is a major thing in Long Beach, and this is one of the reasons of this is because of the polar ice caps. So in this planet we have 5.7 million cubic miles of water, ice caps, glaciers, and permanent snow. But since the ice caps are melting, and the mountain glaciers and the ice sheets of Greenland and Australia and Antarctica are melting and sliding into the oceans, we're facing coastal erosion and coastal flooding, and the salinity of our rivers and bays and water is essentially increasing. So what we're having is we're seeing animals that live in the sea be affected by this, such as polar bears, which have become a threatened species. In addition, some other fish and whatnot are being affected because the salt levels are increasing. One of the other things is as the carbon dioxide emissions increase, the ocean also becomes more acidic, which actually also affects the equilibrium of the animals and how they're able to adapt to the natural habitats. This also affects the coral reefs, and many fish obviously live in the coral reefs, so this has the effect of essentially harming their habitat and potentially killing them. In addition, global warming can also enhance the spread of disease. Many disease-causing insects are going to be migrating north as the planetary temperatures increase, which could lead to malaria and other diseases heading northward, which would be a major problem. Some of the other things that, as global warming increases, we're also going to see more storms and stronger storms, such as our Hurricane Sandy, and possibly even more of those as the global warming increases. And this is causing economic disaster, such as, obviously, Hurricane Sandy had a major effect on the economy of New York, and obviously there's going to be that for many places. 80 of the 100 of the world's most populous cities are close to water, and obviously if this global warming happens, many of these cities will face economic disaster as well as possibly be flooded constantly because of the melting of the ice caps. So what can we do to prevent this? Well, obviously there's a lot of policy that we can do within the government. However, one of the main things we can do is individually we can potentially plant trees if we can in our own backyards, and we can also attempt to reduce our electricity usage, since the average home contributes more to global warming than the average car. So we can try to use energy efficient lighting and use less heating in the winter and less air conditioning in the summer. We can also try to recycle whenever possible, as that will help to potentially save the planet. So obviously what I'm trying to get at, Howie, is if we don't do something about global warming, we're going to have a major catastrophe on our hands, and we have to stop it as soon as possible. Back to you, Howie.
Yeah.
Great job, Derek, raising awareness. Brilliant report.